Right, so we're farming just under 500 acres here. We're dairy calf to beef farmers. This year we reared 300 calves. We also grow tillage. We grow 230 acres of tillage this year, made up of winter wheat, winter barley, oats, beans, beet, maize, spring wheat and spring barley, which the majority of that goes back into feeding our cattle. So we're fully self-sufficient on feed to finish our cattle. So that's what we do on the farm. The daily routine at the minute is minding calves. That's what we're at the minute, and keeping on top of sprays on the tillage crops. So when I was in college, myself and a friend used to watch a lot of YouTube, and it was more of a dare for the crack. Back then, started YouTube and I started making farming simulator videos. And I done that for nearly 3 years. Let's plays and how to use courseplay and whatnot on farming simulator. And then I kind of evolved into what we were doing on the farm, and it took off then when Liv bought me a GoPro, and it really did take off from that, so.
Will you be getting the new Kubota DLC for farming simulator 22?
Well, I will when I get a gaming PC. I sold mine to Bro, so I don't have it anymore, so I can't play games as much as I used to. So I don't really do a whole lot outside of farming. I used to play a lot of table tennis, but don't have much time anymore. And yeah, I don't do anything outside of farming. I'm always working. I can't, honest to God, I can't even think. Maybe go to Dod Rally, but that'd be the height of it. Not much else now. I don't know, we have a few bits of kit in mind. We actually have another machine, hopefully bought, will be coming in June. But I don't know, I kind of tore between mowers, balers, rake, one-man pumping system, bale chasers. There's a lot of things. It's just kind of see what we can find at the right price, and you know yourself. Well, I have my dream tractor, the 3690. I always wanted one, and my father had one in the early noughties, and when he got rid of his, he said, I get one again, and I have it 2 years now, so. The M7 is a fantastic tractor. Going into it, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't have much in the high hopes for it, because well, not alone is it, like you never see a Kubota, but I know from talking to lads wouldn't be very keen on 4 cylinders, especially with weights. A lot of people talk about when you put on maybe a slurry tanker, you put a harrow down in the back, that they get very bouncy or they're not fit for it. So I didn't really have high expectations of it, but it's completely blown me away. It's just how comfortable and user-friendly the cab is. The fuel savings on the baler, it's a superb baling tractor. I don't think I've ever drove a tractor more suited for baling. It was able to run the harrow, but the harrow was bringing her to her limit. And the slurry tanker on it, you'd peg out slurry all day long on it. It's just a fierce comfortable cab, and fierce comfortable on the road pulling the tanker. My father said to me that when I got back from doing the first job, he says, how bouncy was that on the road? I says, it wasn't bouncy at all. He says, you sure? Everything's got bigger. Like when I was a young lad, it was all 3000 series tractors here, and we still have them there, the 16-foot trainer trailers. Everything was small, it was one more. Now it's 20-foot trailers, of butterfly mowers out there, self-propelled. Everything's getting bigger, and everything has to be done faster and harder and quicker. It's just running, seems like you're running faster, that's all.
It used to be a week-long thing.
Yeah, now it has to be in the day.
Yeah.
What stayed the same? Some of the equipment has stayed the same. Still have 6290s. Yeah, the competition, there's a lot of competition. There's nearly a baler for every corner of the parish. There's lots of balers around. There's lots of men at it, and it's quite tough. So it is in the contracting business. Well, I love pipe and slurry. I absolutely love pipe and slurry. There's the spring and the back end when all I do day in, day out is pipe slurry. That's the best time. I absolutely love pipe and slurry. I'd be bollocks. That's the best way of putting it. Liv basically reared the calves while we were away piping. She's now looking after all the cattle outside while we're keeping on top of silage and that. My father's looking after the tillage at the minute. So like without the family, it'd be well I haven't a clue. Once I'm still standing wearing a pair of boots, I think I'll be all right now. It's impossible to know. So if someone told me 5 years ago, would I have a Kubota in the yard to say a butterfly mowers, a dribble bar coming for a tanker, and all these other things, and the YouTube going the way it was, I'd have said you're full of shite. So I just don't know where it's going to go. But we'll plow on anyways. For young lads starting out, it's the one thing that I didn't get to do, and I kind of regret not doing it, is go away. Go to New Zealand, Australia, England, America, wherever, and get a year or two working somewhere else, driving the big rigs before you go home. Get a bit of experience with someone else before you go home. It's the one thing I didn't do, but probably didn't harm me too much, but it's one thing I would have liked to have done, but however, can't do it now. So, bro or bruv, the reason we call each other that is because he uses that word, so he called me bruv, so I call him bruv, and it's just back and forth like that, so it is.
Big thank you to Farmer Phil for participating in this video. If you want to see more content and machinery, follow Clark's Cavan on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. Don't forget folks to follow Farmer Phil to get an inside look on what farming is all about.